Summertime, gotta love it. Yeah, look, you a 50 piece, way more than a dime. This feeling right here is one of a kind. I don't wanna rush with making you mine. I hope we don't get lost in the summertime. 50 piece, way more than a dime. This feeling right here is one of a kind. I don't wanna rush with making you mine. I hope we don't get lost in the summertime. Yeah, feeling like I knew you in another life. Spiritual connection got us feeling right. If things go left and we lose sight, I hope we go back to those nights when everything was fresh and so pure. Caught in the vibe with no cure. Can we make it last? I'm not sure.
Hey y'all.
What's
Hello.
up, everybody?
Hey.
How y'all doing? Welcome to the season finale of Mosaic Union Podcast, episode 10.
Woo!
Yes, episode 10. What's up, y'all?
What's up? How's everybody doing?
Doing pretty good. How are y'all doing?
Good.
I'm doing good. Good to
All right,
see
before we
everybody.
dive into anything, we got to go ahead and do a toast to the season finale. So raise your glass.
Yes.
Yes. Season 10, wonderful episodes together. Love my team. Love y'all so much. Thank y'all.
Yes. Love
It's been a
y'all.
wild ride, but we are here. We made it through, and I appreciate y'all for being there with us.
Yes.
Thank y'all. Oh, that was good.
Mm-hmm.
So, how was y'all weekend?
Not too shabby. I have no complaints. It was boring. But other than that, no
Yeah.
complaints.
Low key, chill, packing, getting ready to move. So, yeah, it was
Right.
lame.
I feel that. What did I do? Nothing. Same thing y'all did. It's raining like always here, but yeah, I was in the house. I did my walks like usual, and yeah, that's about it. And watch Big Brother, of course.
Of
Yeah.
course.
That has been interesting so far, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it's
Emmy's
picking
been
up
watching it.
speed. So
Yeah.
I'm a little bit more into it than I was when the season first started.
Exactly. Yeah, she's been watching it with me, so
Okay.
her getting into that and watching it and like understanding how people are and how people can be. So that's been interesting. Her like responses to the
Okay.
drama.
Yeah, it's wild. Like some of the things that you see on there is crazy. Just for them to pass time. So
Yeah. I'm excited for the future episodes.
yeah.
I need all the twists and turns.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be back on tomorrow, right?
What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Wednesday. Yep.
Wednesday.
Tomorrow's
Yeah. Okay.
yep.
I
Wednesday,
gotta get the
Thursday.
Yeah.
schedule down because I still don't know what the debut episodes are.
It's just Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Here's the reason why we do our podcast on Tuesdays.
Come on. We
Right.
gotta
Yes.
make space for Big
Because I
Brother.
thought about that earlier. I was like, wait, Big Brother comes on. I know what day it don't come on. So like I'm gonna have
Come
to do
Uh-huh.
it
on.
that day.
Yeah, we made it work, and here we are,
Yep.
final episode of the first season. Look at God.
Yes.
Did y'all think we would ever make it here?
I
No.
did. Did I know how long it was gonna take? No, but I had faith. I had faith, and I'm glad we took the plunge and made that jump, and here we are.
10 weeks
That's all.
later. Right? Like
10
we
weeks.
didn't take
Yes.
not 1 week off. It's 10 weeks straight. Like we've been
We
Come
doing
went
it.
on.
hard.
So
Cheers to 10 more episodes. I'm looking
yeah.
forward to
That part. Cheers to 10 more.
it.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and dive up in this thing here.
Let's get to it.
Scroll
Scroll
therapy.
therapy.
All right.
Yes.
Let's see here. All right. So this first one is, it would be interesting to hear other people's perspective.
Did your
Did you?
parents ever talk to you about race or racism growing up? What's the context of that?
No context. It was
No
just a
context.
question. Yeah.
Oh, well, my parents are old school. Literally, my mama is just turned 76. My daddy is 71 years old. They went through Jim Crow. Like, literally, were in the mix. So, they're going to segregated schools. They're getting chased home by a whole bunch of races, going having to use different restrooms, not allowed in certain areas. It's really hard to talk about, and I didn't even experience it. But to hear their stories about the struggle that they had to go through just because of Jim Crow and racism, I wouldn't even wish that on these newer generations, because I mean, to sit there and have to endure it because that's the law of the country is just wrong. Um, the one of the stories that my dad told me about him being a kid is like going home, and it's him and his little brother, and they're having to run home from one school all the way home, which is like maybe 2 miles away, because of these white boys that were chasing them that just didn't want them on the same block as them. And that's just light work compared to some of the stories that they've had to endure over the years. I know. I'm glad that we're past Jim Crow, even though we're still in a state of turmoil in this country, with everything that's going on now. I pray we never go back to that, because this newer generation isn't going to take that. They will go down fighting.
No, we're definitely not our ancestors.
What about y'all's parents? Or y'all's parents are younger, so did y'all they have to go through Jim Crow or anything after the after effects?
Honestly, I never really recall my parents talking a lot about it because I feel like it was obviously like a soft subject. But they
Right.
were born in like 67, 68, right? So
Hmm.
I know that they, saw some things, right? But
Right.
one of the things that kind of sits with me the most that I remember that I kind of learned more about just recently, a few years ago, and this just kind of really dawned on me. But the purpose behind why Black people drive and take road trips at night, and so that was probably
That
the
green
biggest thing
book.
for me, the Green
Yeah.
Book, and I
Hmm.
want that thing.
Yeah, no, it
Um,
still exists to this day, because there's
it
still sundown
does,
towns you don't want to go to.
and I never really understood that. Like my parents were
Right.
very they were very wise and taught us a lot, but it was some things they didn't really divulge on or talk too much about, and now I understand why because it probably
Yeah.
triggered them.
Pat.
But just like understanding why when we would pack up, get ready to go to Alabama. Obviously, from where we live, it's like a 10, 12 hour drive. But we would always leave at night. We would always leave late, and we always had decent trips. But I do recall one of my uncles getting pulled over, and it was just, I remember like reading The Room back then, but as a kid, you
Hmm.
didn't really understand it, but you felt that there was some type of like pain and some type of disrespect. I didn't understand it then, but I
Right.
realized that my uncle was probably being racially profiled for the vehicle he was driving, and he was out of state. And so it was just, we kind of had like a caravan, and I understood why we had a caravan, why we traveled late, just like crazy, the sundown towns, and just, I don't know, even driving and not looking at folks a certain way. Like, just, I don't know, the perspective and how you were raised versus how they grew up. I know it was drastically different. I appreciate what I did learn, but I wish I understood more sooner. But
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely want that Green Book.
Hmm. I agree. What about you, Bama?
Well, my mom basically, she was raised in a time when there was segregated schools. And we are from Alabama, deep south, so
Right.
it exists there. Um, but the funny thing is, I never experienced racism in Alabama at all. But she did, growing up, she did tell me that you are a black man in America, so you
Right.
have to conduct yourself in a certain way where you're not threatening, even though you're not trying to be threatening.
Right.
She let us know about the police and everything. Like, don't try to fight or resist or anything. Comply and just be. a respectful person, how I raised you to be, basically.
Right.
And yeah, never experienced racism in Alabama. Now, I used to live in Texas too, Austin,
Mm-hmm.
and I would come back and forth to Alabama driving. And one time I was stopping in, I usually never stop unless I'm getting gas. So, and
Right.
that's only one time. So, like, I take off with a full tank, stop in Louisiana, and fill up, and then go on to Alabama, and
Mm-hmm.
I'll make it home. Well, this one time I really had to pee real bad, and I stopped in Mississippi, and of course I was not aware of my surroundings at the time. Until I made it into the bathroom, and I looked on the walls, and the walls was covered in writing,
Ooh.
some derogatory things, killed the NIGDRs basically. And I was like, ooh, okay, yeah, I need to get up out of here real quick. And I walked out and I noticed, I looked around, I was like, ooh, I'm the only black person out here. Yeah,
Ooh.
let me take my ass to this
Ooh. I
motherfucker's
better
house.
put some
I
fire to
don't
your
need no
behind
water.
shoes.
I don't need no
I'd have been
water,
no
no
good.
candy, no chips, no cookies, nothing. I'm taking your ass to the car and you taking your ass on down that road or whatever.
Thank you.
And I'm like, and they was just staring at me too because I wasn't aware of it. I was just like walking and minding my own business. And then when I noticed people, they was all looking at me. I'm like, oh shit, it's about
Well,
to go
that's a
down over
blessing. You
here.
got up out of there.
Yeah,
Okay, you made it out alive.
yeah, yeah. And then of course in Austin, one time, one time I was at what is it called? What's the fish place called? AW and you know how that place in Austin it had the AW and then that fish place
I
connected
know
to it.
what you're talking about. Yeah.
What is it called? I don't know, but I was there. But and me and my friend from college at the time, we had went in there to eat on our lunch break from school or whatever. And he's white, and we walk in, and this white man look at us. He's all like, "Oh snap!" When a white and a black person is together, you know some shit about to go down. And he took off running out of there, and we was all like, "Dang, what? What year are we living in right
Damn.
now? It's
That's
crazy."
the new combination. Was it Long John Silver's?
Yeah, Long John Silver. That's it. That's it.
No Long John
I know what you're
Silver's.
talking
Yeah,
about.
because they connect that with the AW shit.
They
So
did.
Oh my God.
yeah.
Oh my God, that reminds me of that acronym that my dad told me about this too. Did you ever hear that about Colleen? What it meant?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that one too. And I was like, damn, I don't like coming here.
And I lived in Killeen for 6 months before I had to get up out of there. Like,
Yeah. So it was, yeah, I don't know if I can elaborate on it.
No, no, we can talk about it afterwards.
yeah, but that's my experience. But
Yeah.
mostly, like I've never experienced it. Like I try to follow everything my mom tell me to do, and yeah, it's
Yeah.
been working so far.
Yeah.
Good.
When I get pulled over, I turn on that professional voice.
Yes. Yes,
Not
sir. Yes,
Bartholomew coming out.
officer. Specifically.
Oh
Hmm.
yeah, I get real proper. Not that I like feel like I have to, but it's like let me not come off aggressive. Let me not appear to be that black woman because he just might get trigger happy, and then we both gonna be laid out on the side
Thank
of the
you. I'm
road.
not taking the risk. I'm just
Yep.
not taking the risk.
My girlfriend wants me to fight other dudes for her.
Hmm.
First of all, what's wrong with her?
All right, so it says quick context. Me and her have been dating for a month, and she's a very extrovert and outgoing herself. And on the other hand, I'm pretty introverted. She always feels like someone's staring at her. She's pretty with a loud and charming personality. The problem is she doesn't like the way guys stare or pass comments at her. She wants me to fight guys who stare at her and feels bad when I don't. She gets mad and ignore me and cuts me out when I don't stick up for her. But
Uh,
I'm just like, why don't you just ignore it? Or Why don't you just ignore it or say something to them if you feel uncomfortable? At the moment, I don't know what's happening and how you're feeling unless you tell me, but you don't tell me until after I get home. What should I do?
Run, Forrest, run. She got too many red flags and they are flagging, okay?
Yes.
First of all, if she can't handle attention, stay your ass at home. Two,
Yes.
why are you watching everybody? If you paranoid, go see the doctor.
I,
Three, why would I be violent because of your insecurities?
right. Learn how to take a compliment and get rid of that short man syndrome because, girl, you sound aggressive for no
Yeah.
reason at that.
So
You want
you want me to pick fights with strangers because of what you are thinking or whatever you got going on.
right.
Then you want to give me the silent treatment when I don't nuck if I buck. Like I don't understand that.
That
That's
makes no
Right,
weird.
sense.
right. And
They only been
what if
together a
they
month. You gonna end up a convict.
Come
what
on.
if they don't even looking at her? They're not even looking at her. She's
That's why I
just
say she
assuming they're
paranoid.
looking at her.
Yeah, you two.
No.
And then that's another thing. If you that self centered, everywhere we go, everybody can't just be staring at you, and you can't have a problem with that.
That's my
Right.
thing. And are you trying to get him to prove something to you that he's a brawler and that he's going to protect you? I would assume that yes, he's going to protect you. There's no reason for him to prove it unless he's in that moment. But to pick a random fight with a random dude, no,
Yeah,
she
it's
sounds dangerous.
2025. Somebody will bust a cap in you real quick, all because she over there in her feelings. Y'all better stay away
God,
from these toxic ass women and men.
Right.
Mm-mm.
can
I don't
you
know
be
the
in
race or
love?
the ages, but that's too much. That's too
Thank
much
you.
already.
No, ma'am. Can you be in love and still cheat? Is there any context to that, or is that just a question?
This is it has some context to it. All right. So it
Okay.
says, do you think it's possible to be in love with someone but cheat or flirt with others? My ex and I was only together for 6 months and told me he was in love with me, and then 3 days later flirted with a stranger behind my back. And I believe was trying to line her up as an option. What's even more worrying is that she had a boyfriend and she repeatedly told him this. He was drunk. He also stated he was happy in our relationship and wanted everything with me, but he took no accountability for the hurt he caused and accused me of the same thing, and that I played him by walking away. I was in love with the man. He was otherwise good to me and treated me well. His response to me with that, he was a natural flirt who flirts with everyone. That did gross me out. I feel like these are kids on Reddit because like the grammar don't be grammaring. Right.
Okay, so he has a flirty personality, but he loves her, but he don't respect her. That's what
Right.
it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
He wants you for the fun and stability, or whatever. But he want to go out and have fun with Becky and Janet whenever he feel like it. He want to flirt with whoever. But to answer the question, I feel like you can still be in love with somebody and cheat. You just selfish as fuck.
Right. Yeah, no, he, like you said, he's selfish. He wants his cake and eat it too. Because that makes no sense. How can he say that he loves you, but he still wants to sleep around? Be single,
But
or establish that type of relationship in the first place. I just want to have fun.
but
Yeah,
these are her words. She never stated he actually cheated. She just said he flirted.
he flirted.
Yeah, this
So
is true.
that's technically flirt. Is flirting cheating? Like, what was the flirt? Like, somebody's personality. So that's another thing. I guess that would be their boundaries, right? You gotta understand. You cannot control that person, whether you in a partnership or not. That person is a human being, and they're gonna be attracted to other people. It's just by default. But acting on that attraction and actually committing how do I say this? Because they're not married, so it's not necessarily adultery. But you know, right is right, wrong is wrong. And I say this, yeah, they probably are young because I remember me when I was 21, 22, and the things that I was doing.
Right.
So you can be a little confused, but I feel like that's still just because you do something that may hurt someone's feelings doesn't mean you did it intentionally. You may have did it inadvertently, but I feel like your emotions and your reaction, that's all on you, how you respond to that. Like, you know, this is what this person is doing. Either you're gonna tolerate that because you love them, or you're not gonna tolerate it because you don't love them that much. So I don't know. I guess it just depends. But I've been there, done that. You can
Right.
I
definitely assume or feel like you're in love and cheat because of plenty of reasons.
I got another question.
Hmm.
Um, can cheating be considered a mistake?
What do
I,
you
I feel
mean?
like they
It don't
know what they
accidentally slip
doing.
in.
Like
yeah,
they
no,
know what to
it's a
do.
conscious choice to
Yeah,
cheat, even
like
when
so
you're
how is it a
drunk.
mistake?
Because I've
Because
seen drunk guys lay there and argue what they think is another woman down, and it's actually their girlfriend recording them saying, "I got a girlfriend at home, and no, I'm not gonna sleep with you." So it's a conscious choice when you sit there and you lay down with somebody. No.
That you're so right about that, and I can say this from my experience and my perspective. You full heartedly make the choices and decisions that you want to,
Mm-hmm.
and either you consider that other person or you don't.
Right.
And at the end of the day, ultimately, that is your choice, your decision. You may get judged by it. It may be unconventional, may not be traditional, but I knew what I was doing and why I did it at the time, right?
Right.
And I knew that there was going to be consequences that came with that, whether it was good, bad, or ugly. But I did what I wanted to at the time because that's what I felt like I needed to do. And no, I didn't necessarily consider everybody that could have been affected or involved. Because did I care? No. And that's why I say you can be selfish. Sometimes you unapologetically selfish. Maybe, you selfish for a reason. But I feel I can take that accountability and say I did what I wanted to do, whether it was right or wrong. Like it is
Right.
what it is. But that's part of free will too, though. Like no one owns you
Right.
but you to a
Right.
certain extent, and you can only really control so much.
Right.
But you made that decision, you made that choice, and that's why I said it ain't no accident. You did it on purpose. Don't play
Mhm.
stupid, and you liked it.
Right.
right, because I be like, people be like, I'm like, it was a mistake. How do you mistakenly get butt naked with somebody? Like,
Right. Right.
There's levels to this, honey.
It definitely.
Don't play dumb.
My boyfriend just told me he doesn't wash with soap, and I don't know what to do. Well, y'all know exactly how I feel about the non-washing of the bodies. Is there context behind this, Bama?
yeah. So she said, I'm 20, starting to date my boyfriend who's 22. A little less than a month ago, yesterday, a little less than a month ago yesterday, I mentioned that while getting clean is obviously the priority, showering is more ritualistic for me, and I like how the hot water feels. It's just
Hmm.
relaxing to the point that I just want to live in there. However, I don't use the soap.
What is ritualistic? If you hold on,
That's
let me
what the
let you
boyfriend
finish.
is telling her, and she's like screenshotted that, and she's all like, I don't know how to react to this. Like I don't know what to say.
What's the reason? You
Oh,
just letting the water roll down your body. Talk about it's a ritual, but you got a bar of soap next to you. Why don't you ritualistically use that all over your body? I don't understand why you cannot use soap. Okay, there's some people who have sensitivities and they have aversions to certain textures and all that. I get that. He didn't say that. He said he doesn't use soap. So you were walking around with a wet, crusty booty because you refuse to use soap. I don't have any patience for it. To me, there is no excuse. Sir, you are nasty. You're just wet.
I just want to read a couple of them. I want to read
I'm
a
trying
couple
to
of these
control my
comments.
words because I really want to cuss right now. You're nasty.
You don't
I'm
use
just saying.
shower gel, nothing. I can understand. Like I can't say I understand, but I've heard of people not using the towel, but not using the soap. What are you doing? Are you steaming? Are you like? That's not even.
Like a boiled
That's not
lobster.
even a sauna. Even people before they go in the sauna bathe and after they bathe. So you're just sweating and like
But look, she did say, wait,
There's no excuse. There's no
I
sense
don't understand the
in that
purpose of it.
statement.
she did make, she did say he made the point to acknowledge that he washed his hair.
With what?
With
You just
what?
rinsing your hair. You just
What is
rinsing your
the
hair.
reason? You can wash your hair with shampoo, but you can't put soap on your body. You're nasty. Oh God. Oh,
No
Let me
shower
read.
gel, no nothing. Like I don't understand.
Let me let me read a couple of these comments.
nah.
Somebody said definitely don't go down on him for starters.
Okay. Okay.
Girl, you gonna die.
Plastic basketballs. No, thank you.
They said when you end up in the ER with a UTI or a yeast infection, that's exactly why.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's all coming
Yes.
from him. That's your fault at this point. She need to run.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Just the thought of us makes me angry.
Yeah, no, and
And you
then
got the nerve to sit all the time, and you said in a ritualistic shower, so you're just sitting in there for 2 hours, just letting the shower run down your body. No, no.
acting like he a windshield.
That's
Even the
good one.
windshield needs some radiant. Ugh.
Not everybody taking a sip at once.
Yes.
That one about took me out, and the fact that I felt like I could smell his ass.
Yes. Oh my gosh! I don't care what kind of face I make. You stink. You stink.
I will throw bleach on you.
You right.
My boss is having an affair, and I'm scared I'll get bullied out. Girl, scared for what?
Right.
Unless
HR
it's
department.
you, he banging. What is you scared?
Straight to the HR department.
That part. Evidence.
Yes.
she said,
Be
she
lying.
said, she said, I recently attended my first social event at work, being employed at my company for 2 months. Everything was going smoothly until my colleague from my team began following me around for most of the night. At the evening, as the evening went on and she became increasingly intoxicated, she confided in me that she was having an affair with our boss, who had just returned from their honeymoon. I made it clear that I didn't want to hear any more, but she continued anyway. Later, she realized the seriousness of what she revealed and that I now know the secret and how sensitive it is. Her behavior at work has changed dramatically. She seems anxious and paranoid, often following me around the office and watching who I interact with. I'm beginning to worry that she might try to undermine me or even get me fired to protect her job and reputation. What should I do? I never asked for any of this information. She just told me.
HR
Hey, to the
department.
aura, okay?
Girl, no. She's sitting over there harassing you at work because she's worried about her sitting over there being a falutin 304.
Liability. Going to
And
go
the
to
fact that
HR
she
because
done
this is
told you.
yeah,
she
this is
opened her mouth.
workplace.
Thank you. And she asked not to be told. So yes, that's her fault.
That's
And go to
harassment.
the HR department. I'm
Mhm.
not about to lose my job behind a lady like that.
You
No.
about to lose your job.
Yes.
Yeah, no, because first of all, you distracted me in the workplace, and your personal business that I told you I didn't want to hear is
Thank
irrelevant.
you.
So yeah, I'm gonna go to HR, and they don't want no liabilities because I straight holler, y'all stressing me out. This is triggering me. This is
Yeah.
causing me all types of problems and
Yes.
discombobulating me. I'm unable to focus on my job.
Hmm.
I need extra therapy. I'm gonna need
Yes.
mileage to go to said therapy. Don't play
Mm.
with me.
Yes. Extra
Mm-mm.
PTO.
Leave me alone.
In
Girl,
Yeah.
total disarray.
that's
Mm-mm.
trifling. That makes no sense whatsoever. Oh,
Mm-mm.
Lord.
What is it with the workplace? They just y'all too freaky for me. Um,
Oh, it's getting worse every day.
the
Way
workplace, the
worse.
boss man.
I'm glad
Lord,
I've never been put in that position because, baby, the way I be squealing like a stool pigeon, you ain't got to worry about me. I
they
already told it
already
5 minutes
know.
ago.
But did y'all see that viral video going on TikTok right now where
Which
the guy
one?
was in the bank?
Oh, yeah. I saw that. Oh,
Why
my
this?
God. Oh, that was
So
trifling.
so the guy was in the bank waiting for a teller or whatever, and then it's two people behind. You know how the frosted glasses behind the door or whatever. They was in the office, and they was getting it on in the office, not knowing that people can see it, and he in here recording the whole screen, like moving and everything.
Behind the opaque window, it's
Yeah,
not a wall, it's an
right.
opaque window.
Not
Crazy.
radio opaque. Opaque. Okay, big difference.
Yes.
I'm gonna need y'all to focus here. Okay.
And you can see it all. You can see it.
All. All.
Live action at the bank.
Live
Yes, at
action.
the bank, and he just sitting there waiting for the teller recording. But then, what the weird part is, he over there huffing and puffing like he was doing some things. I'm like, why is he huffing and puffing like that in the video?
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Oh, he
I was
was
looking at it silent. I'm glad I
Probably
did. I would have
scared he was gonna get
traumatized.
caught.
he was like, I was like, wait, is he enjoying this too much right now, or what? What is happening?
God.
Like,
Ugh, that's disgusting. No.
So hold
No.
on. Was this a customer that was filming?
yes, a
Or
customer.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes. In front of the whole bank, girl.
yeah,
Everybody saw it.
so this was
Everybody.
during business hours?
yes.
During business hours.
Well, I'll be damned. You couldn't wait?
Huh?
God. They couldn't wait? I don't understand a sense of urgency. Lord Jesus.
I
Now you
can't
finna lose
understand the
your job.
stupidity. Like, girl,
Right, like
you
you
didn't
know,
think
you
that
can see.
anybody could see on the other side? You can
Right.
see into the office?
Especially if you can see out, like
Hello from the
it's
other
not a
side.
double. Yeah, Lord Jesus, fix it.
They said they wanted to
Somebody
make
should
a
have yelled
movie.
out World Star.
Okay, Vivid, somebody.
Mm-mm.
Oh, people are
Well,
trifling. See, this is why I sit in the house and I mind my business because I don't
Okay.
have time for it. I would have been cussing.
People, no, ma'am. I would have been like, see, this is how COVID got started.
Come on.
You're just nasty. I don't see no protection. They would have been mad at me. I would have made them lose all them urges. All the,
you seen him bend her over, lift up her skirt and all that. I said, dang, I wonder which one who actually worked there. But dog, it is time for the topic of the day.
Yes, Lord.
Are y'all ready for this topic?
I don't
Yes.
know.
You don't know.
Come on.
All
Let's get
right,
into it.
let's dive on in it because Tal, you are going to be the main talker here because the topic of the day is the benefits of having kids. I
Them
know
kids.
my thought process, and I know some other people' thought processes. Now, some people they be all in it for the damn money, and they be worried about that income tax shit.
Please tell me why. Please tell me why y'all are utilizing these crotch fruit as beneficial gains, because it ain't, the math ain't mathing for me. Not that it ever did. I knew. And let me tell you why I say this, because depending on the dependents you have, y'all know that there's restrictions and deductions and all these things.
Come on.
Help me understand why folks are creating human beings for a check. Because I say that because a middle income family can expect to spend around $233,610
Come on.
to
Minimum.
$318,949 to raise a child from birth to 17 or 18. I left
Come
the
on.
house at 17. Okay? It says for a middle class family, 2 kids on average, it's gonna take you $20,787 a year annually.
Come on.
Now the average income tax check is not even half of that 20,000. So when I think about the benefits of having children for myself, it ain't got nothing to do with the finances
Come on.
at all. Never have been, never will be.
Right.
If anything, I'm going to make sure that I give my children financial literacy
Mm-hmm.
at an early enough age to where finances are not even an issue for them, let alone for their seeds.
Come on.
And so for me, when I think about my children and my legacy and the benefits of having them, I am forced to understand the lifelong impact of my legacy and remembering my purpose to protect it. And they are that, right?
Right.
So that is like my first tidbit on it. Like, what is y'all's take on the benefits of having children and finances?
As far as finances, you know, that's the thing. It cost it, especially with today's economy. It costs exponentially more than it did with our parents, for example. That's why these younger generations, for the first time in years, women in their 40s that have established careers, that are financially able to take care of children are having more children than teenagers in a long time. It's just too expensive. That's a lifetime contract when you have a child. And these young girls are feeling more free, not just financially, but they're able to get up and go as they please. They're not tied down to a man that they don't want to be tied down to. Again, these are young girls. I'm happy that it's the teenagers that are choosing to do this, and that older women are actually, going into the family route as they should. I believe that's how it always should be. Um, but instead, they want to push this notion that, being a young mother, granted, there's positive sides to it. Being a young mother means that, by the time they graduate, you're in your 30s or 40s, and you get to go off and have a life of your own. That's one benefit. But, if I have a husband and a family by the time I'm in my 40s, my own house, yeah, that'd be beneficial to me at this point. But I don't even know if I'll be able to have children by the time I hit my 40s. We'll see what the Lord says. I don't know. What about you, Bama?
My thought process, the cost of living is too damn high. Why do you think I ain't gotten there right now?
The bill's too damn high.
It's too damn high. Man, it's high. Ooh. The cost of living is too damn high.
It is.
And for me to bring a child in this world, knowing that they're going to need all of these necessities, I already need some necessities. I have
Come
things
on.
that I need. So bringing another child in this world when I'm already struggling to get my own necessities,
Come
that
on.
is not a good look for me. So I don't know if that's people doing it for money for just one check a year. That's
Right.
diabolical to me. Like,
It really
and
is.
then
It's
that damn
strange.
check gonna be gone the damn next month.
Come
Like,
on.
y'all
It does not
spending it,
stretch like it
y'all
used to.
spending it on rims that cars
And
that's gonna
rims
get
and grills
repoed
and
in 3
Jordans.
months. Like,
Yes.
what is? I don't understand it. Like,
Yeah.
and then people, I don't know. people be messing up these kids' credit by putting their names in light bills in their name when they're kids. Like if I was to have a child
Ghetto.
and I was to do that sort of thing, I would make sure that I'm paying the bill on time so my kid can start off better, like with a higher credit limit, like and don't have
Yep.
to struggle with trying to build that credit back up because the parent done messed it up.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
That brings me to the point where one of my friends, her dad got her a credit card, but he kept it, right? He kept it in the envelope. He just added her as authorized user. And so that's my debate right now. Should I add Emmy to my credit card as an authorized user just to start building her credit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because this chick, I think she was like 21 and her dad had like $20,000 saved up for her, right? I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
damn, he's smart as fuck. I'm like, I should do that, right? Like, I'm sitting over here trying to think about how to do things the right way, because when you know better you do better, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then that also goes back to, it's like you're not supposed to, or not supposed to feel obligated to have children at a young age.
Right.
You are supposed to have children when you are mentally, physically, emotionally, financially ready. That means your mid 30s, your mid
Right.
40s. Because why? You Things like that. First of all, you need to be mentally prepared to your best of your ability. You need to have your finances in order to the best of your abilities. Are you ever going to have everything in order? It's never going to be perfect. But it
Right.
makes sense to prioritize and be as smart as you can, and not create a whole human being that you don't want to take care of or nurture or guide through this thing called life. Like, you have to
Right.
remember that you were a child too, right? So it's like, what did I need when I was a kid? Let me remember to be that for my kids and then some. So yeah, don't feel pressure about where you are in your life and what you got and what you don't got, because what Bobby and Ronnie got going on over there with all them kids, trust me, you don't want to worry about what they got going on over there. It's a whole nother world. It's too much. And I feel like society and people need to stop making people feel obligated to be in a position at a certain age, or have a husband at this age, or have a wife at this age, and when you gonna have some kids, when you gonna mind your business.
That part. Yeah,
Come on.
yeah. All my life, I've been saying I was not gonna have a kid until I'm at least 35 years old. I've been saying that since I was younger, like teenager and everything. And then, well, when I turned 25, I was with this girl and she got pregnant. We was together for 2 years, um, and she got pregnant. He was 2 years old. I did all the right things. I was like, well, shit, it's happening now. It's time for me to man up. I opened up him a bank account that she didn't even know about, and put money to the side for him every paycheck that I got. And 2 years later, I found out he wasn't mine. So I was all like, dang, was that God telling me, like, you said this is what you wanted, and I'm giving you what you wanted? I don't know. But um, I don't want to say I'm thankful that it happened, but like, I don't even know how to word it. But um, I'm not losing the child that you thought was yours was the hardest thing for me. So
Yeah.
that's the hardest heartbreak that I've ever been. That messed up my whole trust system. Haven't been the same since. And that's been over 8 years ago now. So, 9 years now. Um, but me saying that I was going to be 35, I was thinking like, oh, by the time I turn 35, I'm gonna be all stable. I'm gonna be this. I'm gonna be that. Well, life been,
That's the way it goes
and I'm
sometimes.
still not where I want to be to have kids. And
Right.
then with the world how it is today, I don't even know if I want to bring kids in this world
Ain't that the truth?
because people are. I'm either going to be going to hell or jail or both.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
go to jail
jail,
before I
Yeah.
go to
hell,
hell.
and then eternity is over with. So it's
Yeah,
like,
like because somebody
yeah,
play with my child, I don't
Come
know
it's
what
on.
I'm gonna
hellfire and
do.
damnation.
No,
Yeah,
because these people, these teachers are evil now. You can't trust the teachers. It's not safe to send your child to school anymore because you just don't know if they're going to come back alive nowadays.
Yeah,
And like you said, along with financial instability, how some parents don't even develop bonds with their children. Some people just shouldn't be
Ooh.
parents, but like you said, they're doing it for a check, which makes no sense. You're still in the hole at the end of the day because you're probably going to have CPS involved in your life if you're not taking care of your child, which some of them don't care. I don't understand how people can be that selfish, which leads me to ask you, Tabitha, as far as being a parent, what made you um want to have children?
Okay, that's a good question. Um, I feel like okay, so I had Emmy at 25. I knew ever since I was a little kid that I wanted to be a mom.
Yeah.
I always knew that I was going to be a mom, in some way, shape, or form. And so I think what made me want to have kids is the unbreakable bonds, the unconditional love, but
Yeah.
not only that, just part of having a purpose and a legacy. Like I said, growing up, I always knew that I wanted to be a mom. So then it's like this nurturing side of me that I've been learning about myself. Um, I have like this motherly, nurturing side, and I wanted to kind of tap into that, and I wanted to make sure that I had an opportunity to do that, right? So I wanted to have, the family, the legacy, the experience, the opportunity, right? Like, it's it's something magical about creating a human being that you have no idea who they're gonna become, what they're gonna look like, or the impact that they're gonna have on your life. Because I was not ready. I thought I was ready, right?
Yeah.
I had been in the Marcus and I had been together 8 years before we decided to have a child. We were very, should I say, I don't want to sound cocky, but we were wise enough to be smart enough to use um, birth control to a certain extent when we knew we weren't ready. When we
Hmm.
thought we were ready to have children, that's when we made a conscious decision
Hmm.
to not use birth control, because we knew we wanted to have children, right? And so when I had that partner that I trusted and loved enough that I wanted to build a family with, that's what we did. But obviously, when I had Emmy, I was 25. I didn't have Imani till, Emmy was 6. And then Eric came 21 months after Imani. And so the purpose behind having 3 kids, I never wanted 3 kids, right? I
Hmm.
just knew I wanted a boy, I wanted a girl. Well, Imani came second. And then I knew I needed to have a son. Well, I felt obligated to have a son because Marcus's family line, he was the last person that could pass on the last name, right?
Hmm.
He has 2 other sisters and a brother, but only one of them have a daughter. None of them have sons, right?
Hmm.
So I wanted him to have a son. I wanted a son myself. But it was important for me to only have 3 kids. So I was like, if the third one's not a boy, you're stuck like Chuck. Um, but that was the importance behind having a third one and actually having a son. But overall, I wanted to have kids because I wanted to have that unconditional love, but also have the opportunity to not necessarily get right what my parents got wrong, but make sure that if I had that opportunity and have children, that I do it differently,
Hmm.
but that I also kind of like embrace and utilize all the knowledge I've gained from everybody around me. I come from a pretty big family. My grandmother had 6 kids. Her mother had 14 kids, and her sister had 18 kids, all by the same man, by the way.
Right.
So I knew it was possible. And I knew if my granny could do it without a husband, um, that I would be able to do it. And so, did I have all the answers and all the analytics and the steps? No, not even close. Um, Do I have any regrets? No, not at all. Because I don't do anything I don't think about or that I don't actually want to do. And so I can get upset with myself for maybe the way I reacted or the route I took to get certain places, but I would never live with regrets. So basically, what I've realized is the unmatched joy, the growth through responsibility. I didn't know that I needed my kids as much as I did. They've
Right.
all taught me something in different ways, whether it's loving logically, teaching logically, being patient, being compassionate, knowing when to be nurturing. Like, as far as like loving without conditions, it's taught me that what love looks like, what unconditional love feels like, and what the easiest version of love looks and feels like. It's the most challenging, most rewarding love, but yeah, I think that's the main reason. It was definitely never because, oh, once a year I'm gonna get this little check. Like I've been working since I was 15 years old. I was
Come
gonna
on.
get a check regardless of a seed that came out of my body. So yeah, there's a lot of benefits of having children, and there's a lot of negative benefits to having children. I feel like a lot of people could say, I wish would chime in about that, but
Hmm.
yeah, that was a good question. Deep.
But it
Uh,
gives context to other young ladies who may be thinking about having a family. So, they'll
Yeah.
want to know.
Yeah, I think it's really important. You need to understand. I guess my advice would be, if you want to have children and you want to have a family, understand what that looks like and understand that there's going to be some challenges and things that come along the way that you're not going to have all the answers, but where there's a will, there's a way. You'll figure it out. And don't be so hard on yourself. Like I was hard on
Yes.
myself as an individual, as a human being before I even became a mother.
Right.
And that's how I know my kids have taught me a lot because um, yeah, there's a lot of growth and challenges that come along with because I've only been a mom for 11 years, but I've been Tabitha for 37 years, right?
Right.
And so you don't want to get lost and caught up in what you think you want versus what you know you need.
Right.
And so when you're young, you're gonna have dreams and goals and aspirations, but you reevaluate them too. Reevaluate your circumstances, reevaluate your community around you, and realize what is important to you at the end of the day and what it's going to take for you to achieve your goals. And don't let anybody, whether it's a man, woman, or a child, come in between your goals. And so I think that's where a lot of people get hung up or when life really starts lifing because you have all these titles and these responsibilities and then sometimes you forget who you are or what your goals and what your dreams are. And it's easy to
Right.
put yourself on the back burner when you having to take care of other human beings.
Mm.
Your life, it changes drastically. I stopped sleeping for a long time. I stopped dreaming for a long time
Right.
because I wanted to make sure I protected my child. There's SIDS, right? I wanted to protect my child and have that comfort, but I also didn't want to roll over and smother my child, right? So
Right.
educate yourself, be smart, and be patient, and just learn as much as you can. But prioritize yourself, prioritize your dreams, and don't back down for nobody. But
Come
if
on.
you want a baby at 16, go for it. Y'all remember that 16 and pregnant? Is it
Yeah.
gonna be easy?
No.
No. But if that's
No.
what you want, you can go get it. Be prepared though.
Right.
um, so, what is a misconceived notion that people have about having kids?
Okay, what is a misconceived?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Misconception.
yeah, like somebody they have this idea about motherhood that's not all peaches and roses, but they think it is or something.
I think that the process of pregnancy and everything is heavily glamorized. And I feel like people don't understand the aspects behind the preparation, the process of what it's doing to your mind, what it's doing to your body, and the lifelong changes that come along with that. Um, yeah, they just think. I feel like people glamorize it and they think that it's easier than it really is, or you don't realize that you need a lot of resources, you need as much money, and you need as much patience and guidance as you can. And so that's why I say surround yourself around good people that are going to support you and help you because you need that team. it's going to be harder, you know, the less people you have on your team. So research, educate yourself on every single thing that you can and ask people, because you might not have all the answers, but there's gonna be somebody around you that does, or somebody that you can find who does. So I feel like thinking that it's all, a fashion show. Like, yeah, Rihanna is fly as hell, probably the most beautiful pregnant woman I've ever seen. But she got
Right.
it like that, right? So don't
Right.
think that you gotta look like that, because you probably ain't got the nutritionist that she got. You probably ain't got the trainer or the doctor that she's got, right?
Come
And
on.
so why are people looking at celebrities or society and expecting that from themselves when you know you came from the red dirt mud? Quit acting like life is gonna be the way it is for everybody else. We all got on different shoes and wear different shoe sizes for a reason. So just be careful. That's all I can say. That don't get caught up in the facades or the perceptions of other people either.
Right.
Um, Another question.
Okay.
So you have a boy and a girl. Well, two girls and a boy. Which one was the hardest pregnancy?
Which one was the hardest pregnancy?
Yeah, because I've
I
heard
was
like girls are worse than boys.
Yeah, I guess I would say it would be the first one. Only because I just knew I was pregnant. I remember when she was conceived, but I was sick. I mean, sick like I had never been before. And I thought it was the flu, but I was just pregnant. And I think I knew then that this was going to be tricky, because Mark was like a 9 pound baby or something like that. And when we did like the anatomy scans, the doctor was like, "This baby's gonna have condor arms and condor legs." And I was
Girl.
like, "First of all, what is a condor? What type of Jurassic Park animal is he describing my child?" Um, and then when you see Emmy now, you realize it, because she's literally like an inch shorter than me. And she's like 5 pounds lighter than me. Um, but that was the most challenging, because I was walking back and forth to work, didn't have a car. I was on the bus and I was on the way to a doctor's appointment. I had to leave work early. And I don't know what happened. Oh, this lady had her stroller in the middle of the aisle and I tripped and fell. Went to the
Oh
hospital,
Lord.
and yeah, like maybe 2, 3 weeks later, I basically had to have emergency C-section because I was diagnosed with preeclampsia. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Never heard of it. I
Mm-hmm.
think I had briefly heard of it because Kim Kardashian had went through it,
Right.
but that was it. I had to research that. Basically, my blood pressure, all my levels were high, and yeah,
So
that
life
Was she
was the
threatening
preemie?
situation.
worst.
Was she a
Yeah,
preemie?
she was a preemie. Emmy was born 6.5 weeks early. I didn't get to hold her or see her really for the first like 32 hours. It was miserable to an extent. Like my doctors that I worked for, my friends or whatever, they were there for me. Like I was living in Austin, but I didn't have any family, right?
Right.
So of course, I call Marcus, I call my mom, and my dad obviously drives my mom down there. And by the time they make it there, I'm hooked up to all kind of crazy stuff, because one, they had to get my legs circulating the flow. They had to get my blood pressure down. They had to make sure that Emmy was calm, because yeah, one or both of us could have died, right? And it
Right.
was just, for that to be my first experience, it was just shitty all the way around. I tried to enjoy it, like had nice baby showers, like, all that good stuff. I had a great support system, but the what I didn't understand was those unexpected things, right? Because I wasn't prepared for that, and yeah, sometimes you just got to roll with the punches and keep on trucking, and so that was the hardest for me, because
Right.
I had to get a ride from, I think it was like Cap Metro or whatever, to even bring my baby home. I think I was living in a hotel then. I think Marcus had just started working, and that was something that he was not, like, he never even did that, like, before she was even born. So it was just a lot of things that I was dealing with, and circumstances that I couldn't control that I thought I had under control, to where it's just like, you know what? Hey, we're here now, so we're gonna make the best of it and learn what we can learn. And luckily, I had a friend that stepped up and brought me this. Basically, she gave me this whole hygiene bag. It was a change of clothes. It was the lotion. It
Wow.
was just all the things that you needed because she was a mom. She had already been through this before. She was a young teen mom, right?
Hmm.
But I thank God for that. My real good friend Ebony, because she came into my life when I didn't really know I needed her. And she's always been there for me, still to this day. I stay in touch with those people because when people come into your life, they're there for a reason and they stay for a reason. But you got to learn the lessons behind, the purpose of why God put certain people in your life. You got to learn from them and appreciate them. And lo and behold, she was one of my first Cancerian sisters, and it made sense why we got along because I'm a Cancer as well. But I don't know. I just feel like that was the hardest because it was the first one. It was the most challenging. Oh, they also I had the emergency C-section. They left me open for about 20 minutes while they went to deliver other babies. Mind you, if
Oh
you
my
have
God.
ever Googled anything about a C-section, it's a full-on surgery,
Right.
and organs are removed to get the baby out, placed back in, and then you're sewn up, and it's just like it
That's
was horrible.
insane.
It was horrible. So Imani's was the easiest overall, but Emmy's would have been the hardest. But I understand why it was the most challenging and hardest. I just had a lot of things working against me. But hey, here
Right.
we are, 11 years later. She still got condor arms and legs, and she can pick me up. And she's smart as hell. So yeah, there's just bottom line is there's gonna be things you're gonna be going through in life, but just get a grip and hang on. That's all I can say.
Right.
But don't put yourself in positions. Don't feel obligated to be with certain people or stay in certain situations or tolerate certain things in life because life is too short. Um, what's done is done. Everything you can't always go back and fix everything. Some things you can, but live life with no regrets and be smart about your decisions. And if you make mistakes, just fucking learn from them.
Right.
That's really the gist of it, honestly. Like, you're
That's
never
the best
gonna
thing you
have
could
it
do.
all figured out.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. So in closing, kids are a blessing. They're not a money bag.
Yes.
Stop treating them like that. Stop
Yes.
having these kids for a check.
Mm-hmm.
Please. Yeah, and realize that these kids need more than just money can provide. There's
Right.
some things that are priceless and invaluable, and most of the time it's just time and energy and space, literally. So, um, yeah, learn to teach and love unconditionally with, logic and patience, and go through life that way too. Learn as much as you can, but help as many people as you can along the way, but don't forget to help yourself first.
Come on. Come on.
Yep. Well, that was it.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
Y'all, we made
Well,
it to the end of the finale night. Wow.
I'm so proud of y'all.
What a journey. What a
Yeah.
journey. Let's get a toast to that. Let's end it
Come
off on a
on.
toast. I want to
Yes.
thank y'all for
Cheers.
all being here. I thank y'all when I started this, I had this vision for this years before I even met y'all. It was something that I needed for myself, um, for my own. I don't even. The words can't be described. Like I needed to get out of my social anxiety, and I always said I wanted to do this, but I knew I could not. I don't have the personality to do it myself, so I have to have co-hosts, and I've been looking for co-hosts for what the past 4 years now.
4 years.
And every
Wow.
time I would set up, I this it's been 4 times that I've set up this podcast, but I've been changing the name every time. And the fourth one, I guess this is the charm. So we at it. We on season 2 coming up. So I appreciate y'all so much.
Yeah.
I
Cheers to that.
appreciate y'all too. This, yeah, it's definitely been something I've been working on and thinking about, and finally just put some action to it. And like I said, you never know who you gonna meet or what they gonna teach you and where it's gonna lead you, and what road it's gonna take you down. So be observant, but be open, and realize that the options and the possibilities are endless, and your life can you can start living your life when you choose to. So jump, take that leap of faith, and follow your dreams. Literally, like I've always said that, and I wrote that on our senior shirt back in high school. Dream big, and that is one thing. It's like I had to remind myself when I stopped dreaming, like, who are you again? Um,
Yes.
Cause that's not you. You dream big, and yeah, dream big and stay lit, and be happy on purpose.
Yeah,
Ride this thing called life.
y'all see that blue light right there? That's the sign that says "Dream until it becomes reality." That's my slogan.
Yep.
Yes.
And we had this dream, and here we are living out the reality. So that's why I say dream big. You never know what you
Yeah,
can manifest and what can become a reality. Because I'm heavy on the vision board, and the vision is very clear.
yeah.
Come on.
And Aaliyah, I know
Mhm.
you came in what episode 3.
Yep.
So I know you came in late, but we welcome you to the family with open arms. Appreciate you being here as well. And yeah, if you want to say a little few words. Oh, we're still looking for a third. I mean, another guy, because I need some more testosterone around here. All right.
No, I being on the podcast was not on my bingo card for 2025, but I am thankful to both of y'all for helping me expand my horizons and giving me a sense of freedom that I didn't know that I needed to attain by being on a podcast. I am very introverted. As far as my dreams are concerned, I haven't really explored them. So being on a platform like this with like-minded individuals and people that are goal-oriented and motivated to be more, bigger, and better, I am excited for the future in this podcast. Cheers to another season and
Yeah.
even greater episodes, better topics, greater content, everything. Yes.
More guests.
For sure.
Yeah.
More interviews, another co host,
Yes.
interesting topics, some major influencers out there. We trying to get some good tea for y'all.
Yes. Yes.
Also, if y'all have not seen the YouTube short, I made a video letting y'all know that we are going to be expanding the content. It's not just going to be on the regular podcast. We're going to be covering our favorite shows or whatever y'all want to see, whatever we like to watch, and just make our little commentary about it. So,
Come on.
Yep.
y'all go ahead and continue to like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, cheers, and we out of this mother.
Bye. Mosaic Union season 1 is done.